Alright, so this is VOD review of Monday's game, which I think was supposed to be Fridays? I'm not sure. For JV. So we're going to go to Esperanza. So let's just quickly go over this game. And I'm not going to make it super in-depth because a lot of the stuff I think you've already know as a team. I think one aspect that we have to understand here is our team comp. So we are running Rush, right? And they are running Dive. Okay. So the only way we kill this team is if we pick off the most diveable heroes that they have. So based off what this is, right? We don't care about ball. Ball is useless. We ignore ball. Soldier, easy picking here. You wall him off, he's dead. Rocket lands a right click, he's dead. If we have good tracking, Lucio and Tracer would be next. Kiriko, right, has limitless capabilities. She can TP to the ball, she can TP to the Lucio, but then one of these other players is going to be dead. That's kind of how this works. So as a team, I keep telling you guys this. When you're running Rush, it's all about singling out the easiest target that you can. And it's almost like we failed to do this. We just scatter, right? So as far as what staging goes on this map, there's two ways around it. Ideally is we're going to come up here, take on the staircases on either side, depending on where you're starting, right? We're going to try to position our hit scan player, which in this case is Rocket, up top, while the rest of the team engages either this way or this way. You don't know what they're running yet as a team. So you don't want to overextend and leave Rocket essentially by himself, right? It's kind of pointless there, because then Rocket's going to get dove. Like, we know they're running dive now, but we didn't at the moment, so if you leave him unprotected, he's going to die. Broly, right, you do a great job with your SIG. You're just trying to take space, poke, and then identify who your target is. When you identify who your target is, that is when your boy, your Lucio player, needs to speed boost onto that target. Don Huevo then needs to seal off their exit. Right, so if they're pushing from up top, you wall up here behind them, you wall to the left, you wall to the right, and then you guys push as a team. If they're pushing from the bridge, right, you wall behind them, you push into it, and then that's pretty much what you do. Rocket, all you have to do is call rotations too. If you need help, you gotta call Achilles to let him know that you need healing. You need to let him know, right? This is a rush with a poke. You are on the off angle. You don't have a mercy pocket, which means if you are not living, right, it's a problem. But you should be able to get some value from poking if all these 4 other players on your team are creating this much pressure on their back end. Okay, if you look at their player, that soldier should be dead immediately. The ball is kind of problematic just because he just doesn't die, right? But their Lucio and Kiriko, all Don Juan needs to do is get close enough, and he can slow him down. That's all he needs to do, and then the rest of the team can collapse. They don't have any mortality other than cleanse. Okay, so let's just see how this plays out. Let's make sure my settings are correct here. Okay, so, right, the reason the ball is there because he's going to try to deny that high ground, and he's going to try to disturb you guys from taking these angles. The Lucio, exactly, is already there. So Rocket, so this is what I'm saying, like Rocket, right, you have the right idea that you're going to try to take high to get around off angle. Look where the rest of your team is, though. So if we're running Rush, just for the team to understand, Rocket already, because Rocket is trying to get a good view of just sightlines, has already been split up. I don't know whether Rocket dies here or not, but I think Rocket right here knows, shoot. Right, like, this is not good. And he should die right there. Yep. Right, so that's why the whole point of this is, as a team, right, we either all take high to own the space. We need to own the space high, and then we push. Or we all just push from underneath and give up high altogether. We didn't do that. Right, so Don Huevo, I will say good pick on the Tracer. So it's essentially a 1-for-1 trade. So this is a 4v4. They don't have one of their flankers. We should have the advantage because we have the sustain. Right here, we need to be speed boosting onto this Lucio. Everyone should be collapsing on this Lucio right here. Instead, we get collected on our end. Their Lucio comes back and finishes you off. Right, so let's just see what was happening here. I'm under attack. See, like, I don't want to be that person, but like, you're booping him away from your team when you're actually trying to get close to him. But you booping him away right? Like, Don Huevo is now nowhere near him. And I don't even think Don Huevo's in the AoE of your speed boost here. Yeah, I don't think he is, right? Because you're so far ahead. Broly obviously can't just reach a Lucio. And now you use your one... Your boop is for offensive or defensive, and two things, your boy. Offensive is to guarantee a kill, right? Or defensive is to literally get them away from you. You used it as an offensive ability here and didn't guarantee a kill. Which means you, as a Lucio player, have no defensive cooldown left, right? Until that comes back online. And what I'm trying to say is, like, when the ball comes in here to dive you, can you boop him away? No, you can't. You used it already. But you didn't secure a kill. So your only option now is to wall ride and run away. That is now your only defensive, essentially, ability that you have left, right? Your cooldown, right? That's the way the Lucio is played. Like, you can't use your boop to boop someone away, not get a kill, and then stay out in the open. Alright, so let's just see how this happens, right? Because we do get a trade here, which means we lose our Lucio player. Yeah. So unfortunately here, right, what ends up happening is once we lose speed, and you guys know this, right? It's like a Rhine. Once you don't have the Rhine, once you don't have the speed with the Rhine rush, Rhine can't do anything. Like, this is where Broly and Don Huevo, you guys don't have the speed. All this guy's gonna do is run away. Their Kiriko, if their Kiriko's smart, I don't even know what the Kiriko is. Right there. If the Kiriko's smart, just has to literally heal him, and he can just live forever. You're not gonna catch him. Right, we don't have Rocket, so there's not like he can get one clipped anyways from afar. So, one thing I need you guys to understand is the one person that you guys could have rushed on and guaranteed a kill on, just watch the soldier player through this whole interaction. Go back to the very beginning. Right after Rocket dies, I think.
Ready for battle. 5.
Look at their soldier player. Essentially takes Rocket's off-angle position here. Free. For free. There's no way for you guys to contest him. He's just taking the off-angle every time. Yep. So... Again, right, like, as a team, it's almost like we didn't realize, hey, like, the soldier's the easiest person to kill. Let's, you know, once we got that pick on that tracer that Don Huevo did, immediately should be, okay, who's the next easiest person to chase and kill now? Definitely not Ball. Lucio can be kind of tough if you guys aren't coordinated. And just, you know, you boot them away, right? Instead of speed boosting with your team. So then Soldier should have been the next one. This team comp works very well against this team if we just literally rush the right people. Ball here should be a non-factor because you can just boop them away, right? If you boop them away correctly defensively, and then speed boost through them. So, but this is what I mean, right? Like, why are we going here when this guy's by himself here? We have speed. We have wall. And he has no healers. Right, and we see this guy earlier. And this is what I mean. It's almost like we just tunnel vision. You'll see him start poking at you guys right here. And let me see who he shoots first. I'll go through each of you to see who he shoots first. And see who notices that they're being shot at. Okay, so definitely not Rocket. It's fine. Well, Achilles definitely noticed. That's, you know, it's unfortunately it was a coordinated boop there too. All right, your boy, you see him, and instead of letting your team know that we should probably push there, you're just pushing forward without a main healer. This is what I mean, though. Like, as a team, this is what frustrates. Like, why are we here? If anything, you guys want to take this angle up top, or if we are down a main healer, right, and you don't push the soldier, you just wait here. Like, this guy is free. And, you know, it's not about me basing my frustration on the team, but I mean, am I wrong here? If you guys want to say that I'm wrong or you guys don't see him, I mean, one of you died to it. Achilles, you died to him. So, like, you definitely knew he was there. So why isn't that being communicated? Right? Your boy, you saw him, and then you just looked away. Just ran away. You said, nope, not my problem. Didn't communicate to the team that it might be a good idea to speed boost onto this one guy who is very easy. Don Huevo can wall this guy in a second. So even if he tries to run away, you speed boost into him, and you land that wall, and he dies anyways. But instead, we're pushing through here, right? And using resources on a ball. I'm going to tell you this right now. Tank players, our job is to literally absorb as much cooldowns and abilities and CC as possible so the rest of the team gets value. This guy right here, all he did was bait you guys into using cooldowns and then run away. And then you had no cooldowns to engage the team. That's how ball players win games, right? All they do is bait out your cooldowns 24/7, so you have no speed boost, so you don't have amp, so you don't have, you know, rocket slide, so you don't have ice block, right? Once all of this is baited, you go with 0 cooldowns into a mid fight, you guys are not winning that. That's what his job is and responsibility, and that's what he did, right? Because we just became unaware of our target priority. Rocket, do you see how you're their #1 target? And I hope you understand this. You're the #1 target. You know why? Ice block, wall. TP, cleanse. Rock, signal, shield. Speed boost, wall ride, boops. This guy right here on the left, he doesn't even have a slide. Yet he has not been targeted once by our team. Alright, so we're going to let this run. We're going to let this run. Again, we're chasing the ball. Honestly, I think at this point I'm just going to skip. I think once we swap to the JQ, because that was our best play. I think we got no value until we swap to the JQ. Yep, right here. Great job by Broly. So the reason why this works, by the way, and it helped the team a little bit more is because now Broly can consistently do damage with JQ, and we had double speed. It's no different than having a Sig, though. We should have been able to do this from the beginning, right? I understand Rocket was being targeted, but if we just walled 1 or 2 of them off with speed, it is just the same thing. Right? But now that we have Broly here being able to do consistent damage and just push through, it made it easier to go up against this team. One thing that I'll say, right, the only thing that I gotta change as a coaching perspective is I put the nados in here and we run the dive right away. But this is the team wasn't running the ball every single time. They ran the rush before as well. Right, so I can't account for 2 things in 2 different players, right? Don Huevo can go to the Genji, that's fine. I think he might actually end up swapping at the end and then you run the full dive. Right, but that doesn't change the fact that our standard rush comp should have worked against us and just didn't make it happen. Yeah, just have the bot push through it. Yeah, you can shoot him, but if you just like slightly move the bot a little bit there, it'll. Oh my. That's just unlucky. I don't want to say it's on you because I don't expect you to essentially corner check everything. Just be more aware that mines can be everywhere. That's it. But we can't die there. So this is what I mean, though, right? Like, look what they're running now. Now they're running a soldier, right? With a soldier, which means we should even be Should even be easier for us to push into them. Alright? Push them down the street. Like, Broly's getting value here because he can be hyper-aggressive. But the team needs to push in with him. Ignore the ball. We have to ignore the ball. Kill everybody else. Broly, one tip against the ball players too is I don't know if you've been doing it, but let me check actually. I'll watch your POV for a bit. Let me go. Let's see if you do it. Okay, I mean, I think you have the right idea. You always want to knife them, and you don't pull them right away. You wait until they start rolling, because they lose their momentum, and then you yank them back. You want to wait for them to start the rolling animation, and then you yank them back a little bit. And it essentially cancels their momentum. But I think you had the right idea. I think we just missed a knife there. But I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's exactly how you play the JQ into a ball player. Ball players, you just essentially treat them like a ram, where you're constantly just farming ult charge and heals off of them. Right? Because they can't really kill you. Even if they, you know, land a pile driver and shoot you, you knife hack, or knife axe, and you're back to all the damage that they did. Fortunately, Rocket dies there. So one thing as a team, right? Like if we are gonna give up the high ground here, right? You guys can play underneath. Don't give up the high ground and play like from this angle right here. You can play the high ground and just hug the corners so they can't see you. Don't be exposed out here. Because you know what they have. They have a soldier. Obviously, he doesn't have visor right now, but you make it easier for them to just be able to collapse on you. Okay, so that beat was not needed. Let's see if Broly played this correctly, actually, before I say that. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine here. We don't need beat. Right? Like, we're fine. Look where everybody else is. We're fine. One thing I'll say, Broly, as a JQ, it's good for you to always track mines. And whenever they do something like this, you can just shout, and that way we don't need beat. Obviously, if we need to pull beat, we pull beat. But just keep that in mind that your shout is just as good, especially because we got a cleanse. So if you do like a cleanse shout, everyone can just evade the mines immediately. We wasted it earlier here, unfortunately, which means we won't have it for the next fight. Target prio, rocket, and yeah, so this can happen. And this is what I mean, right? Like, we're giving up the high ground, but we're not even playing underneath with the bot. So, Rocket and Don Huevo, you guys... I think it's you two, actually. Hold on. Or is it Achilles and Rocket? Okay. Yeah, so it's Achilles and Rocket. You guys are up here, where we can just literally kite this underneath. There's no reason to be up there. As a team, we have to anticipate that once we use beat, their other ults are gonna be incoming. Like, you can't use beat, right? Not kill anything, right? Just live, not push the payload to the next checkpoint, not kill the ball, and expect that they're not just gonna start pressing Qs on us. Alright, look at it this way. They have a McCree now. If someone here tells me that you can't rush a McCree, you know, we're going to have some very thoughtful conversations. Because this Kree right here should be dying every team fight. There's no way this Kree doesn't die or this soldier doesn't die versus a full rush comp with a JQ. All you have to do is ignore the ball and get to their backline. So there's two things, and we've gone on this, right? When you retake a point on push, if they have hit scans and they own the high ground, I want you guys to give this corner up. They've already pushed it past the checkpoint, so it's not like you're giving them extra progress. All you're doing is giving them forward spawn. But you don't want to take the fight up here at all. Nowhere in this space at all. We have no hit scans. We're running rush, right? Or dive. Rush, dive. We want to take the fight here. In the strip of alleyway, where the only high ground that they could possibly have is here. And that can easily be either booped in or yanked by our JQ or Lucio. Or even Wall. So let's just see if we do it that way as a team. So... Okay, this is good. This is good. Great wall. Good ults. We zoned up. We essentially made their Kitsune useless. Yeah, boy, if you're gonna go do that, you better have some backup and you better call your team. I'm okay with you doing a drive-by, but you better kill someone on the drive-by. Otherwise, you're just taking away resources from the team. There's one thing I want everyone to understand is every time you go on your own and you don't get a kill, and someone either has to go back to peel for you, or there's no heals being put out for the rest of the team, you're taking up resources. You're not contributing because you didn't get the kill, and now you're taking up resources. Which is what really kills team fights, right? It's almost like, oh, you have that cracked out hit scan. Like, let's say we had a cracked out Widow, and they're always body shotting but not getting a pick. And my Kiriko has to be, you know, looking 20 meters to their left, healing them, or my Ana has to be healing all the way in the far left corner, and is now not able to heal the front line on the other corner, right? Because, you know, my Widow's taking damage from the complete opposite side of the map. Like, that's not value to me. At that point, just swap, because you can do a body shot as a soldier. You can do a body shot as a soldier. Like, why do I need you on Widow if you're going to do a body shot? Might as well have you there as a turret turret, because a turret turret does the same as your body shot, right? And that's what I mean is the resources. Like, I can't have players taking up resources during these mid fights. If you're not getting value, right, don't cost the team more value by taking up their resources. And that should be towards any team comp. When you guys go roll into comp ladder, be like, am I creating value? Am I getting value with what I'm doing? Could I be getting better value on a different hero? Am I costing my team resources? Or like, am I making them have to play out of the standard comp that we're running just to play the hero that I'm playing? And is that costing our team resources? But that's something you should always be thinking as a player. That's why there's a joke where I say, like, sometimes, and you hear this all the time, it's like, you just play to live. Play to live. Play to live. Just be there, you know. Try to take as minimal resources as possible, right? And, you know, have the rest of your team get value. Sometimes that's what I gotta do as a tank. Just play to live. Just not die. Have my DPS pop off, and then they get kills, and I just live. So this is great, by the way. And this is where I think I get frustrated. I think we actually get this pick here. Let me see. Was it earlier? No. Rocket definitely lands a full spawn, no? Hold on. Is my memory all... So I'm assuming it's the next fight? I need to go back, actually. I kind of missed what happened there on our rotation. Why did we go so deep? Okay, so this is good. We take high. We take high. Okay, this is fine. Did we get a double pie driver, and we lose your boy? One thing you guys should never be doing as a team, even though you're running rush, is this was very uncoordinated. Alright, like Rocket and Broly should be calling the engagement here with your boy, just confirming whether we have speed boost. So the engagement should go like this. Are you ready? Rocket, yes, I'm ready. I have blinks, I'm LOS. Okay, good. Your boy, you have amp? You have speed boost? Oh, you don't have amp? Alright, well, we can just speed boost anyways, okay? What are we going on? And this has to happen immediately. So if this was me, it's like, okay, let me put it how I would make this call out from Broly's perspective, so you guys know how this would work. Alright. Alright, I would say boom. Moira, right? No fade. Are we pushing? Are we pushing? Are we pushing? LOS, LOS, LOS. Yes. Don't know who was here. Your boy. Achilles. Achilles. We ready? Pushing. Okay. Okay. He's dead. He's dead. Back out. Back out. Back out. He's dead. We lost Lucius. Back out. Like, this should happen. And at the same time, I'm saying, like, no fade. Are we here? Are we here? Is anyone here? LOS. LOS. Like, someone needs to be saying something on our team. All right. If right here, Rocket, Achilles tell me you're alone, I stop the chase right here. This is where it stops. If they tell me my main healer has no LOS on me, I stop right here. Why? I don't have shout. I just use my knife and I use my axe. I can't go in there and help and speed boost in there if my Lucius not with me. And now Achilles tells me I don't have main heals or no LOS, and then Rocket's not ready. There's not even worth it. If anything, I would just tell them, wall this off. We'll pick someone else. Push card. Push card. Just do it. Right? We chase in here. The rest of our team gets picked off behind us. And we end up dying. So that's how the fight planning thought process should go. Like, hey, there was an opportunity. Were we ready to act on that opportunity? Yes or no? We weren't ready. Boom. Opportunity is lost. We move on. We don't force an opportunity or try to get a pick when our team isn't ready. Because, you know, they were late. Obviously, you know, it's a little tough for Tracer to blink all the way around. Achilles might have just been coming to spawn. Whatever the situation. Right? So... So again, I need to know what's going on here, right? What is the thought process that we're gonna take? Okay. Who are we gonna rush on? Right here? Boom. So you saw that the soldier ran back. So the idea is to rush this direction to either take this high ground angle, but also have cover. Taking this angle, unfortunately, unless we all come from here and drop and then turn the corner immediately, it's kind of a tough rotation based on the heroes that we have, because we're low ground heroes for the most part. So, Broly, this is essentially on you. Like, you want to call the rotation, but you also want to call the target. We did not track ults, so even though he does have high noon, that ult is pretty useless, so unless they're not all exposed. So this right here, I don't understand. Why are we speed boosting onto a Lucio? Like, Broly, not for nothing. You know, I have all the respect for you as a tank player. Like, this guy is, like, the good Lucio players are hard to kill. I know Pickles dies a lot in our games, but like most Lucio players are really hard to kill. So don't go after Lucio. Go after this guy right here, or this guy right here. Right. So after this high noon goes off, because I think it will go off immediately here, right there. Unfortunately, we lose Achilles. Right. So this is the problem. Right. We take this rotation. We don't know really where we're going. Now they're gonna zone off the rest of your team. Your boy isn't gonna try to push it because of the mines, and it's gonna be 2v1 up top. Let's see how this goes. This is just me thinking ahead. I haven't even. Okay, so we lose Rocket to the mines. Okay, Rocket. Okay, well. Honestly, why? Just why? There was a huge mine right here, Rocket. I saw it. Why did we walk into a mine? It's fine. It is what it is. We're down 2, right? So essentially this fight's over. The best thing we could do with the team when the fight's over like this is die on cart. That Kree should die. Everyone should... Perfect. So, Broly, the same thing that you just did right now with your boy, where you go onto the one hero that can't move, is what should have been happening to that soldier every time. Right, he's about to ult your whole backline because I think we completely did not see him, or maybe he was just hiding and waited for you to go through. Let's see. Okay, so this is where tracking ults becomes important. You knew that they used High Noon before. They hadn't used Visor for a while. So if you're tracking this in real time as a player, especially as you're trying to improve, you should know that Soldier has ult. So as you're coming out of here, he should be your priority. And you do see him. He should be dying right there to your left. He should have died. So I understand you get the pick here, but watch behind you what happens. He killed 2. Killed 3. Right, bro? And tell me not. You saw that Soldier. If you were tracking ults properly, you kill him first. They don't have Visor. You guys win this team fight. You live to fight another day. Not saying you're going to win the map, right? But that's where, like, the difference in between good players, great players, and, you know, the top player. Like, you need to know this. This is why tracking ults is so important. I don't do this because, oh, guys, let's track ults. You know, it's a task that we just have to do. No, like, in key moments and key fights, if you know that only one person has ult, that person has to die. And you guys see this all the time. Hey, they have Nano, right? Guess who I want to kill if I know they have Nano? I want to kill the Ana, right? Even if I rush on Ana just to force the Nano before they're ready, is an advantage versus me sitting there and trying to go after somebody else and having them Nano when they want to Nano. Right? You want to force some of these ults. It's no different than forcing Beat, no different than forcing Blade, no difference than forcing the cleanses, right? That's what ult tracking is very important. And we had the opportunity there to kill that Soldier. We clearly must have not been tracking the ults, right? And we didn't kill him there. Honestly, good play by Don Huevo and Rocket here coming back around. You know, another thing retroactively is like we could have just gone the Sombra for the ball. It's just there's so many of these things that, you know, as a coach I could say yes, let's just make the changes now. But as a team, I think you guys were like just better than this team. And for some reason, if you look at all these mistakes that we're making, the beats, running into mines, right, not being LOS, not going after the right person. On rush maps where everything's very compact, you guys don't make these mistakes. That's why Lijiang was a good map for you guys, because you know where you're supposed to be and you know they can't run away from you. Once we're in maps where there's a lot of space, I think that's where we struggle on our rotations. Where should we go? Who is target priority number 1? You know, tracking the ults. When are we using our abilities? Let's not use our cooldowns early. Let's make sure that during the mid-fight we're communicating properly. That's where as a team I see us struggling the most. And that's what we need to improve in order to get better. Not just as a team, but as just players. Like, you need to understand, like, the flow of the game changes on these maps. Push maps are pretty fun. Not fun, but like there's a standard way of playing push, which is all about rotating to the best parts of the map to buy you map control and just time. If I don't care if I push the map all, like if I was on this team, I'm telling you right now, I pushed it all the way to here. All I know is you don't have first checkpoint. If I can literally just stand here and burn 30 seconds, even if I lose a team fight, when it gets to that first checkpoint, guess what? The bot waits another 10 seconds before it moves because it starts doing that locking thing. Cool. That means I can save my ults if I don't kill you guys here and waste all your time. I'll have all my ults for this part right here. You can use all my ults on you right here. Or even if I lose that one, guess what? I have another chance right at this checkpoint or this corner. Like, this is what the whole thought process of push is. Like, burning the clock as much as possible for the meters that you're gaining. So right here, right? They have the high ground, which is cool, which is fine. As a team, right? We can essentially either rush here to clear it. Right, or we push the bot. Just make the call. Either one is fine. Oh, this is actually it. I think this is it, right? Let me see. Yeah, it is it. This is where I didn't understand what happened. So we take the high ground, right? So to me, I'm like, okay, we're committing to owning the high ground. I'm okay with this, right? I see Rocket. They pop ult. Rocket gets the clip. which is fine. Achilles is there. Your boy is there. Somehow we let Rocket die to a Lucio. We don't kill the Lucio on their team. We're going after the ball. Like, we were just saw all over the place. We literally killed their supports, and instead of going after the soldier... I swear, dude, I don't understand how this soldier gets value. I wish players just ignored me, like, when I played. Like, I don't understand. On dive, like, I don't understand. I can show you guys a video of one of my friends that I play with. He only plays Widowmaker and Hanzo, and it's the funniest thing, because, like, he'll literally be like, why am I dying? I don't know why I'm dying to dive. They're always going after me. I don't know why they won't leave me alone. Dude's playing Widow while the whole team's playing like Rush or Dive, and the enemy team's playing Dive, and he's wondering why he's dying. Like, that's what this guy should be wondering. This soldier should be like, why am I the one dying? Instead, we're just leaving the soldier alone the whole game. Good pick, rolling. I've counted 6 or 7 mine kills, and a lot of these were just us running into them. One was Rocket, 2 is your boy now. I don't remember the other ones. This just hurts. This just hurts. And this is what I mean. I was frustrated, right? Like, you know, let bygones be bygones. But when I see stuff like this over and over again, when I know we're a better team, because we just played them on Lijiang, and we were better than them on Lijiang on a controlled space. And here, the second the map is spread out, somehow we don't know who to go after. Just baffled me. Yeah, once we lose speed, bro, it's so tough. Like, once we lose our Lucio, and that's why your boy, I know I knock on you, you can't die, man. Like, you really can't die. If you can't make the plays of killing things, just at least make the play to not die. Like, that's my only advice that I can give you. Like, right now, to help the team and help better the team, is when you're on Lucio, you should not be dying this much. I think this is it, yeah. This is gonna be GG. Don't have, honestly, this is, you know, I think we lose this anyway. This is all go. Yeah. Let's see. Does this continue? Okay. So, 2 things on Pueblo. I think we'll still want to run this rush. I mean, the regular Sigma rush. But I like this Sombra pick when they run ball. So next time, that's what we're going to run. Rocket, I think we'll just start you. I still want you on the Sojourn. Or Soldier, if you'd like. For heal, self-heals, that's fine. Kind of like mirroring what they're doing. Their Moira was pretty useless most of the game. I'm not going to lie. It was just her Tracer and Ball. Just coordinating their dives with their Lucio very well. And that's essentially what's killing us on the back line. So I think the Sombra will take care of the ball. But the rest of the team right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's no reason we don't kill this guy at least 10 times this game. This guy should have died every single fight. And then after this person died, one of these 2 people should have died. Like, even the Moira. Like, once Broly baits out the fade by knifing them, this person should be dying. But we're just letting them live. So, you know, it is what it is, right? So, these are just some of the adjustments that we'll make. I'm trying to understand and point out some of the mistakes that we made over and over again. As you can see, you know, whether you see this as all, you know, Puddles is yelling at us. He's yelling at us, you know. But I'm hoping you're learning of why I'm yelling at you. Because it's not like I'm yelling at you over something you guys don't know as a team. It's just like we made so many goofy mistakes over and over and over again. And once you see, like, once you're in my POV and you see someone, it's like if you see someone hit themselves against a wall 10 times, like, dude, just walked into the wall like 10 times in a row. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you didn't learn the first 9 times that there's a wall there? Like, I don't understand. And, you know, that is where the frustration on my part as a coach came into. Because you guys did much better on Lijiang, and then you come on a map like this, and it's almost like you forget everything about your rotations, your target priorities. None of these callouts were being made. Everyone was just focused about this stupid ball. This ball should have not been a non-factor if we killed their soldier first and then collapsed on the rest of their team, which we didn't do. So it is what it is. I'm hoping that you guys can see this video, learn some stuff from it. Feel free to ask me any questions. You know, don't however, again, like, this is going to be your call, or whoever my DPS players are on there. Like, you guys are able to adjust depending on what they're running if our Sigma rush isn't working, right? Rolly, I think your JQ's always been pretty solid, so I don't mind you running the JQ. But as you can tell, the JQ works so long as your team stays with you. Once you're split away from your team, or your team isn't able to use resources with you to get kills, you're essentially left on an island and you can't kill anything. I'm sure if I look at the numbers, your damage outputs were pretty great, but you know, like, they run away from you. That's essentially what they do. They just run away, and you need the speed boost or someone else to help you finish the kills in order to really get more value, right? So it is what it is. This is the end of this VOD. I will see you all at the next one.